Good afternoon everyone, hope you're all doing well. In today's video I'm going to go through 5 tips for finding photography locations. So one of the biggest hassles with going out and doing photography is finding a location. Quite often I'll be sat there thinking, where do I want to go? I want to do something a little different, maybe not go to like the popular locations, maybe try and do something different. So a few of the tips that I have should help you find some locations. The good thing about these is that they are just more along the lines of common sense tips more than anything else. And I've found that they've been really useful in the past and they've actually helped me get some decent shots. So tip number 1 is Google. Google is, as you all know, an absolutely amazing search engine. You type in what it is you're looking for and it just comes up with a list of things, and yeah, it's really good. So one of the good things to do with this is if you do a search on Google for a particular type of photo that you want to do, or even the location or a rough idea of where you want to be, you can tend to find some things. So if you say, for argument's sake, you want to go to Wiltshire and do some photos around there, if you do Wiltshire photos, it will give you a ton of information about where you can go and what you can do. Now what I tend to do with this is I go a little more specific, and instead of just using the standard search, what I will do is go into the things like maps. So you've got Google Maps, Google Earth, and even Google Street View, which are all absolutely brilliant tools. They can help you find some brilliant locations. What I would do is use Google Maps or Google Earth to try and find a location, and then what you can do is, in a lot of locations you can actually go down to see pictures people have already taken, or you can use Street View to have a look around. The downside with this is that it is extremely easy to get influenced by other people's photos. So if you're going to do it, what I would try and do is look for the location, have a good idea of whether or not it's going to be the right location, and then try to avoid looking at too many people's pictures. Tip number 2 is photography location websites. So there are a whole bunch of websites out there that are dedicated just to posting or showing you places you can go taking photos. You've got the likes of Hotshot Spot, Location Scout, you've even got the likes of Flickr that have a map that show you places that you can go as well. So all of these are great places just to get an idea of where you can go and what you can do. Tip number 3 is Instagram. Instagram is massive. There are so many people on Instagram that have been all over the place, and it is as simple as going into the search and typing in the location or a rough idea of where you want to go, and it will either come up with hashtags for locations, or it will give you the location itself. So if I was to do Wiltshire, it will then post both the top rated shots in Wiltshire and then the newest pictures within Wiltshire as well. And then from that you can then work out roughly where you want to go and whether or not it's something you want to do. And then again, you can then use the likes of Google Maps to pinpoint that location and then just fine-tune your shots or fine-tune your location. Tip number 4 is explore. Just get out, go out, have a drive around. Don't have a set plan of what you want to do or where you want to go, and just explore. If you get in the car, drive somewhere, and then when you see something that looks that it could be a good location, stop, go out and explore. You don't even have to take the car. Just walk out the door with your camera and all your gear and then just take a wander. Tip number 5 is just ask people. There are a ton of really helpful people out there, and all you need to do is just ask. There are several ways you can do this. Instagram is a good one. If you DM someone to say, oh, do you mind letting me know where that location was? You might get a response saying it was at XYZ location. One of the other tips that I would recommend is joining a photography club. There are going to be so many people in the clubs that have a ton of knowledge about photography locations, and this is a good way to meet up with like-minded people and socialize. And you can then start asking the questions of where these locations are for taking some of these really nice shots. And then on top of that, you've got other social media platforms as well. So it's not just dedicated to Instagram. You can have a look on Twitter, Facebook. Facebook, you will find in most instances groups for counties, certain locations. So there'll be ones for Wiltshire, there'll be ones for the Lake District, there's even ones for the likes of Wales. And these are great places to find people and talk to people and try and learn new locations. The only downside with this is that you may find some people are a bit cagey about giving others information about where they've taken some of these shots. So just bear that in mind. But in most instances, a lot of people will be quite willing to let you know where they took the shot. And yeah, it's a good way just to interact with others. Okay, so those are my 5 tips. Hopefully they are of some use to you. Again, let me know in the comments below whether or not you found them useful. Hopefully they were, and hopefully you'll start using them if you plan to go out, or when you plan to go out and do some photos. Let me know what you think about this style of video. Hopefully this is all right. I've tried to get a setup that basically doesn't show all the mess of the living room. I'm working with not a lot of space, so I've tried to get this set up in a way that it just looks a little more professional. So hopefully this all looks all right, but let me know in the comments below. What I'll do is, for now, I will call it a video. Hopefully the weather's going to be a little bit better over the next couple of weeks, and as of Friday I am on leave, so hopefully I'll be able to get out and take some more shots, and along with that do some more videos and bring you along with me. For now I will call it a video. Hope you like the tips. Thank you very much, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care everyone.